Hey there everyone, Eternity's End developer preview has come out for 9.2. My guild Discord has been buzzing and I have been desperately trying to avoid it while I was up on the roof doing some reshingling and some retarring. This is going to be my reaction video to it. I will admit, I watched like 2 minutes of it here and there while I tried to squeeze it in. But I didn't get to really watch much. So let's get this going because I'm excited! Woo!
The Shadowlands story pulls together threads that started in Warcraft 3 and wove their way through many of our expansions. We approached it like a drama in 3 acts. Now, as the
Okay, you approached it as a drama in 3 acts? No, you didn't really have a choice because COVID forced you to fucking not have a 9.3. But go on.
third and final act begins of the saga. We need to stop the Jailer from reaching his ultimate goal, which is to rewrite the rules of reality. Eternity's End serves as the final chapter of one book of the Warcraft saga.
Eternity's End, I like the name, it's good.
The Jailer has the advantage. He has seized the sigils of the leaders of the Four Covenants.
We see Sylvanas realize that she's been a pawn in the Jailer's game this entire time, and she refuses to serve him, and she's taken prisoner.
The Jailer is able to open a portal to who knows where, taking Anduin with him.
And the Primus had us take some time to retrieve some new sigils.
Now we have gathered our forces. We are working with the Primus to open our own gateway to pursue the Jailer to this realm unlike any we've seen before.
Taliesin did mention Zereth Mortis. Man, he's on point when he comes to his weekly resets, man. Like, he's really good for these.
White, foggy, we're walking on water for some reason.
They can only make out some shapes, some figures there, some crazy devices.
It looks nice. It looks pretty.
Eventually, you make your way to a giant gate.
It looks interesting. More like broker-esque. Okay, Maw Force is there. Of course, there's going to be.
By the first ones, and it is intended to create afterlives.
Think of it as being tucked away in the fabric of the Shadowlands itself. It's kind of the behind the scenes of these afterlives that we've journeyed to.
It's the land where the progenitors, the first.
So we're gonna
ones
get like
who
different
created all
areas.
the realms of the
So
Shadowlands.
more than one, because look, you have this pretty like floral area that's very like garden centric, something like akin to like a Garden of Eden or something. But then you also have like a little bit more of a desolate like desert and things like that. So this area is, I hope, is gonna be bigger than Korthia.
Workshop.
I really do.
They've created everything we've experienced in Azeroth and Shadowlands, and even realms we haven't discovered yet.
These first ones built the universe as far as we know, but their intentions or methods are completely unknown.
But of course, the Jailer's presence here is disrupting this process, and we're working to push back against the Jailer's forces and protect this place.
I think the artists have done a fantastic job.
The artists of WoW also always do a fantastic job. They really need to be commended for that one.
As a team, we were really trying to make this place as alien as possible, so we really wanted to make everything feel completely unique and completely different. Our trees here are floating, we have stones that are floating, we even have the massive Forge of Afterlives that is floating in the center of the zone.
And true to its name, it's something that is kind of putting together a new
Forge
afterlife
of
to be sent out into the
Afterlives.
Shadowlands.
We have this water all
Interesting.
around you because water is really the catalyst for any kind of creation.
It's actually unlike any other water that we've seen before. This is actually water that we can walk on. It almost creates like a threshold between
We're all
Zereth
gonna
Mortis
be
and
Jesus.
some other kind of more primordial space right below it. Everything you see
I
in
like
Zereth
the
Mortis
jellyfish,
has
that's
a
nice.
purpose and intention behind it. For us, it was really important to find ways to convey that intention in the environment itself. And one of the ways in which we did it was through this duality between a lush and a dry biome. In the dry biome, we see perhaps what the original look of the zone was when the progenitors were first establishing this workspace for themselves. And in the lush biome, we see the result of their experimentation with plant life and fauna and things like that.
These are all test beds for what we'll eventually see elsewhere.
Intriguing.
From there, we started thinking about what kinds of creatures would be in this place that are fundamentally prototypes. There's terraforming here. There's creatures that are building afterlives.
They,
We
look,
tried to really
look at the
stretch
legs. They're
and
very
think what that might be
broker-esque.
like.
I like that wolf.
My personal favorite includes the giant armored snail.
Want that mount.
And we also have a progenitor chicken, which answers the question of what came first.
The chicken or the
These
egg.
first ones who crafted Zereth Mortis, what they left behind were the Automa, meant to take care of the place and make sure that it fulfilled its function to create afterlives.
The Automa have several different classes, and you can see this in their silhouettes. We have the Builders, we have the Protectors, we have the Casters, and each one of them have a specific role within the Shadowlands. And then you'll also discover the Jiro, which are a part of the Automa. They're a
cute.
little more quirky, they have a little more personality. They are a little more sentient than the other Automa, so some of them even split off to pursue their own desires.
Unfortunately, when we found our way in, Devourers also found their way in. They are ravenous.
They're consuming this weird energy, and it's causing them to mutate and to fall apart.
And the
I want
Automa,
that
where
now.
they're
I want that to
confronted
new
by them,
Devour to
some
be
of
a
them
BMO.
are fighting them off.
And so it's going to take some time for them to understand that we're here trying to help them drive out this threat. Fortunately, we've got some allies. There are some enlightened brokers here that we're going to be working with.
But it's a broker that arrived here quite a long time ago and has had a change of heart from looking at the world as a very transactional place to seeing this place as a holy place, a sacred place.
So we're like brokers created for like to keep an economy going, to like run the economy of the universe, because again, everything's a transaction for them, but they look so much like the Automa. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they were designed for this purpose. I don't know. Quick thoughts,
we
whatever.
meet an enlightened one named Fareem, and Fareem needs our assistance, and in return he leads us to Haven.
Which is a hub that has been created out of progenitor
Yeah, I
ruins,
like
and this
the
is
cute-
where the
I
enlightened
like that. It's
really
actually
have
kinda
made their
cute.
home.
Haven serves as our foothold here, as well as use it as a base of operations and really start unlocking the mysteries of this land.
The enlightened brokers are intent on protecting and preserving the work of the first ones here, but now they're seeing
That's got-
Zoval
that's
bring
gotta be a
his
mount.
forces
That's gotta
against
be.
the Automa and tear up the land, and they are eager for assistance.
The brokers themselves are very ostentatious, they're very into materialism, but the enlightened are not that at all. They have relinquished this material way, and you'll see this reflected in their clothes. They're a little tattered, they're a little faded, because it just isn't important to them anymore. They're just here for the pursuit of knowledge.
Cypher of the first ones.
When players arrive, they're kind of fishes out of water. And one of the first things that we have to do is start learning how to communicate with the Automa. Think of it as a kind of runic language, based in symbols.
We will bond with a small construct who's pretty cute, actually. And with his assistance and the assistance of Fareem, we will learn eventually how to understand the symbols through the cipher of the first ones.
We'll uncover different parts of this alphabet and start to learn more about the progenitors and Zereth Mortis itself.
It will allow you to unlock new and different forms of content. So that can range from daily quests to new options on the vendors to places to explore and new side quests that open up. So it's really the gateway to exploring the far reaches of Zereth Mortis.
As we looked into the development of CYPHER of the first ones, we wanted something that was unique that players haven't seen before. A little bit of familiarity, but something that takes that to the next level.
We really involved the whole team in this creative process. We worked with our UI team to be able to represent those through text, through these things talking and seeing them on screen in chat bubbles and in our chat window. Little by little, these kind of runes start taking shape into words that we recognize. But it's going to be a process that unfolds over the course of playing through Eternity's End. The Automa speak in this kind of musical language.
I love it.
They don't talk the way that we mortals are used to speaking. The sound team was super excited. They jumped in, they
course
started
you could.
prototyping all kinds of different sounds. We listened, we gave feedback. And we really ended up in a cool place.
Kind of sound like Pokemon. Not gonna lie, they kind of
As
sound
you're
like
playing
Pokemon.
through and gradually unlocking the language, you'll be able to see those words that they're saying, but still hear those tones.
Sepulcher of the first
The jailer's
ones.
true goal has never really been to escape the Maw or to gain power. He's been focused on reaching this place called the Sepulcher, to go into this place of power and to really rewrite the rules of the universe. We'll learn that the jailer has breached the Sepulcher of the first ones, and this becomes
Can we
our new
take
raid
just a
for-
quick second here? Go back here. Say whatever you want about the jailer. That armor set right here is hella fucking cool. Like, all around, I love it. I want it as like a tier set, whatever. Give it to me now.
And
Cool,
this becomes
let's keep going.
our new raid for Eternity's End. We're going to gather our forces. We're going to pursue the jailer inside. Once you go inside the sepulcher, there's some mind-blowing visuals. This is a place that should not be able to exist according to the laws of physics as we know them on Azeroth. Just looking out into this impossible sky.
If that's where the raid's gonna be, oh, we're gonna be in for some fun.
Of seeing these ancient works of the first ones, those laws don't apply to anything we see here.
Among the bosses that we're going to face in Sepulchre of the First Ones include the Jailer's forces, maybe
Oh,
a
that
Dreadlord
is
or
the
two
name of the
that we
raid, the
haven't
Sepulchre of the
tied
First
ends
Ones.
with. We'll face a Consular. This is similar to a being like Algalon, but the Jailer's gotten to it and has infused his domination magic into the Consular. Before we get to the Jailer, however, we need to get to Anduin first. Our hope is that we can learn whatever Anduin knows about domination magic. We need to be able to resist it, or better yet, fight it.
Tier
We know players have
sets.
been waiting a long time for the return of tier sets, and as devs, we have too.
It's a great blend of progenitor magic, golds, and metals.
Oh, dude,
along
class
with those
sets.
class-defining silhouettes. Wolves for shamans,
class
pointy
sets.
things for rogues. It's gonna look amazing.
Our class and combat team was super excited
Oh,
to bring
good,
class
good.
sets
Class
back.
sets.
This is something that felt really
Yes.
right for the story. We're in the final act of the Shadowlands saga. We're here literally on the brink at
I
Eternity's
mean, I gotta
End.
admit,
And
oh,
what better
dude, all right, the faceless hood on that, like, I seriously hope that's how it is. Don't get me wrong, those swords, love it. The faceless hood,
place to fully unleash
Woo!
the power of these classes, and I think players will really enjoy the return of those class sets just as much as the team enjoyed making them.
yes, new class sets, give me.
How do you make something that is mystical and magical and incomprehensible and yet understandable? I think we've done a good job of finding that line.
The team as a whole has been working so hard, and we are so excited to get this out for everyone.
We're gonna get new mounts, new pets.
A bit horrifying for me, but exciting for some is the fact that, you know, some of the spider mounts can now fly. Flying
Yay.
spiders, but that's also going to be a cool thing for people.
We have updates to professions, to soulbinds, to conduits. There's a new dancing minigame in Darkmoon Fair.
Okay, new updates to conduits, cool. New updates to soulbinds, cool. Kind of hoping for new conduits and new soulbinds, like add on to it. Maybe each covenant gets their own like eternal first ones. What else did they say? Updates to professions. I really hope they go a little bit further than this, because outside of are you making my legendary, professions are kind of useless and everybody just takes engineering for the wormhole.
To soulbinds, to conduits. There's a new dancing minigame in Darkmoon Fair.
I'm a story guy, so I'm
They're adding Dance Dance Revolution to the Darkmoon Fair.
super geeked about watching players kind of piece together those little lore tidbits. That's what excites me as well.
I'm really looking forward to Season 3 of Mythic Plus. Tazavesh is getting split into 2 dungeons. If you're a raider, if you chase Keystone Master, if you're an achievement collector, there's something for everyone to do in this.
Shadowlands is like the final chapter of one book of the Warcraft saga.
So 9.3
Our team
is
is already hard at work
being
on the
confirmed,
next
not
stories
gonna
to
happen.
come. Can't talk about them quite yet, but when the time is right, we're going to be really excited to share them with you.
Awesome. Awesome.
You're working with the
Awesome. So many things to look forward to here. Let's get it going. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. Are you guys excited for 9.2? What's to come after 9.2? What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comment section below. Of course, algorithm, all that fun jazz, Discord, blah, 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 down in the doobly-doo. Have yourselves a good day. See you tonight on stream.